up out there, guys? In today's lesson, I want to show you guys how to bend strings on the electric guitar. My name is Mike B, and this is Guitar Control. So right before we dive into this lesson, head over to the description of this video, click that link to get the tabs up in front of you. You're definitely going to benefit from having those up in front of you today. Also, please hit that bell at the bottom if you want to subscribe to our channel. We're going to be releasing tons of free guitar content this year, so you definitely want to click that bell to stay informed on everything we release. So one of the ways that I love to approach the guitar and I love to teach the guitar is using songs as examples. Now, a lot of guys just like to show exercises and things like that. That's not me. What I want to show you guys in this lesson today is 3 different songs that use string bending. So you're going to learn string bending through songs. And if you already know how to string bend, that's okay. This is a good spot to improve your string bending, learn a thing or two about it that you may not have learned before. So we're going to be looking at 3 awesome songs today. The first song we're going to be looking at is Pantera's Walk, which is a riff that just uses 2 notes and has a built-in bend to it. The next one we're going to get into is one of the fills from the song Mississippi Queen by Mountain. And the last one that we are going to be doing today is going to be a full solo. We're going to be ending up with you learning a full guitar solo today. It's going to be Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So let's dive straight into this. So in case you're not a metal fan, here's what Walk by Pantera sounds like. That's the riff right there. It's just 2 notes, and one of them we are going to be bending. So this is one of my favorite songs to get beginner guitar players and guitar players of all levels just learning how to bend strings. So let's look at just our notes here. We'll talk about the vibrato and the bending in a moment. So we've got 0 just on the big E with a downstroke. Then I'm going to hit that again. Then I'm going to hit this 1 on the same string, the E string. And then I go back to the 0. So it's 0, 0, 1, 0. Let's do that again. 0, 0, 1, 0. And that's the timing right there. 0, 0, 1, 0. 0, 0, 1, 0. All right. Now after that, you're just looping 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, just over. So let's add the bend onto here. And we're going to be doing this one with our first finger. And this is usually you're bending with your 3rd finger, your 4th finger, your 2nd finger. So first finger is a little bit of a tricky one to bend. Also because we're so close to the nut here, it's going to be a little bit physically more challenging just to bend these strings. So if we just go to the 1, we'll fast forward past a couple zeros. What we're going to do for the bend, we hit it and you pull your first finger down like that. Down towards the ground. And this is a great one to start off with because you don't have to do this big like where then you leave the note up there and have to do a shake. It's nothing like that. You grab the note, bend it as much as you can in that short little period of time, and then here's the other key. You want to try to let it back down. You go, here that goes. Bend it and then I let it back to home base. So make sure that you're applying pressure the entire time when you're bending down and when you're releasing. So let's do that with rhythm, with timing. Here's what it's going to sound like. Now that's one time. Let's do that again. 0, 0, 1, 0. And like I said, after that, you just cycling 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Always bending the 1. So if I just play the whole thing through a couple times here. So... That's the riff right there. You put some fat drum beat below there and you got yourself an awesome, iconic heavy metal riff right there. So that is the first one I wanted to go over, Walk by Pantera, and that's how you're gonna get your bend established with your first finger. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna learn is a fill from a song that's just a ton of fun to play. This is a Mississippi Queen by Mountain. Here's the fill right here. Let's do that again. Just an amazing, amazing lick. Very classic guitar lick, as I like to say. It's something that you wouldn't see on any other instrument. It's got a bend and it's got some vibrato. And we're going to be learning that new vibrato technique in this one. So let's just dive into this one here. We're going to go all the way up to the 11th fret of your G string right here. 11th fret of the G. That's our starting note right there. And when you're bending with your third finger or with any finger, you really want to try to get more than one finger involved. Pantera walk was a bit of an exception there. Usually when you're bending on the guitar, you've got some reinforcements, as I like to say. So I'm going to be getting my third finger on 11 of the G, but I've got my second finger and my first finger along for the ride, right? They're both on the same string, ready to hit that thing, ready to help push. Because the push isn't really coming from just the third finger. The third finger's job is just to make sure you don't go and lose the note or anything like that. The third finger just holds steady. It's really the push is coming from these two right here, the first and the second. So that's what we're looking for in this song right there. We bend, all three fingers move us up towards the roof. To freeze right here for a moment, when you're on the three treble strings, you bend that way. When we're on the three bass strings, you bend that way. That's why on walk we bend it down. On this one we're bending up because this one's on one of the treble strings. So grab that G string and you bend that thing nice and high like that. That's the note you're looking for right there. Bending is going to do a lot for your ears because it's no longer, okay, you play the 5th fret. It's like, okay, you play the 11th fret and you bend it up till you hear that note. It's not like, you push, medium hardness and it gets you there. No, we're looking for a note here. And the note, in this case, 2 frets up. This is what I call the bend test. You play 11, you play 2 frets up. That's the target note. So go back to 11, bend it in until you hear that 13th. So, ba, 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 ba. That's a little bend test for you guys right there, a little pro move. So we get the 11 bend. Now, we're going to get our pinky involved here now. While this is up, your pinky comes in here and grabs the 12th fret of the B string. So I bend up, and you want them to ring together for a moment, if you can. So you bend it up. 12, I've still got it bent up. I've got the 12 on now, and they're both kind of ringing together. So that's the first step of this riff, and we're already hearing lots of country-ish kind of licks there, right? So we bend up, pinky grabs the 12, and now we go back to the 11 bend, but this time, we just let it back down. You bend it up, and you let it back down. This is what we call a bend release. So you bend it, then you release the pressure, let the string come back down. So we have one more time. And we end it right here, 9 on the G string with our first finger, and you want to give this a little shake. And this is where our vibrato comes into play. So vibrato, if you haven't kind of guessed it already, is simply just a shake on the note, right? You never hear somebody sing a song that's just happy birthday to you. Or a professional singer, I should say. That was happy birthday. Right now, I'm not a good singer at all, but they always shake the note a little bit, right? That's what we're shooting for on the guitar as well. When you shake the note, it just straight up sounds more interesting than if you don't shake the note. And this is not just something you have to do on the notes it's written in on. You can do vibrato wherever you want. And I would actually encourage you to do it. Yeah, even when it doesn't say vibrato, just start getting into the habit of doing it. It always makes things sound better. Now let's get into how we actually vibrato. This time it's going to be our first finger, and when you're doing vibrato, it's essentially just a very small string bend, and then you're letting it back to home base. So just, that's kind of what it is in slow motion. And I'm getting this by kind of turning my wrist this way. That's how I like to get a good first finger vibrato. Thumb just over the top a little bit. I'm kind of spinning my wrist. Got my other fingers out, spinning the wrist like that. Now another way you can get that vibrato, it's a very personal thing by the way. If you get your first finger, take your thumb off the back of the neck, and you can kind of get it from your elbow. Going sort of like this motion right here. Or there's also just the one where you kind of shake a little back and forth just on the note. So like I said, it's a very personal thing. You just have to start shaking these notes, find where your hand feels most comfortable when doing this vibrato. So Mississippi Queen in its entirety. One more time. So that right there is Mississippi Queen, and it's also how to do vibrato and to do a regular 3-finger bend on the guitar. Okay, so the last one we're gonna do today is Can't Stop by the Chili Peppers. All right, so on this one, we're actually gonna be learning the full solo. This is a pretty big deal for you out there, if this is your very first guitar solo. So we've got 15 3-finger bend to start. And then we hit it again, same bend. Then you get a normal 15. Then you get 15, 12. This is all on the B string. So far we have. And then we go 12, 12. Right there. So we end on 12 with a G. So that's the whole first section. And here's what the next one looks like. So we're going to start that same bend. 15 on the B, now you move it up 2 frets to 17 on the B. And you land back to 15 on the B. So we got. Now I'm going to put my 3rd finger on that note, 15 to the B, bend it. Land on 12. So far we have. And the last little phrase, 15 on the B, then 14, 12 on the G. So the whole solo, one time through. Alright guys, well I hope you learned a thing or two in this lesson where we checked out 3 awesome bending examples. Please let me know in the comments section if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you in the next lesson.